Hi guys, welcome to today's workout. Today's workout we've got 6 exercises with a little bit of cardio in between. But before we do that, let's run through the warm-up with the warm-up exercises. It's going to be 4 of those. We're going to do 40 seconds of each exercise and then we're going to get on to your workout. So let's start that then. So the first one I'd like you to do today, you're just going to lunge forward and rotate to the side of which you're lunging with. So if you're lunging forward with your left, you're going to rotate with your upper body and sit into that lunge. Get that hip to work. Now when you lunge, you take a decent stride length, you land that foot nice and straight, you keep the knee in line with the toe and you rotate the upper body. So you sit nice and low into it, feeling that stretch. And now when you rotate, be sure not to pull yourself to the side that you're rotating to. So as you rotate, keep that knee in line with your toe and don't allow your body to pull it wide. So it's really important that you sink into it, rotate the upper body, you'll feel a stretch on the hip. We'll come into your last 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So this next warm-up exercise is a little bit more technical than what we normally do. I'm going to get you to step backwards, rock on your heel, reach towards your toe, but this time reach across the body and rotate the upper body as you do so. So you're always reaching across the extended side. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So step back, reaching across the extended side, left to right, and we're going to work in for 40 seconds again. As you can see, it's quite a technical one. Remember, you are stepping backwards, so from the side it looks like this, and then you're reaching down and across that extended leg, lifting the toe towards the body, making sure we get that rotation through the torso as we reach down and across. We're coming into your last 15 seconds, and then we're going to move on to your third out of 4 exercises on the warm-up. Last 10 now, keep it moving. Remember to step backwards. Quite often people step forwards with this. It's really important to step backwards into it. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so your next exercise I'd like you to do is stand wide, place your hands behind you, squeeze your shoulders back and put your chest tall, and then flex forward and then come back to the top again. So you're squeezing your shoulders backwards, you're keeping your arms straight, and then you're flexing forward and then coming back to the top again. Now it's important you keep your legs straight, so what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze your thighs so the legs stay straight, then you're going to flex the spine, try to keep your arms straight by squeezing on those triceps, and then you're going to go into flexion of the spine. And again, we're going to work in for 40 seconds. We're coming into your last 10 seconds now, and then we're into your final warm-up exercise in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the last one is a very similar position. We're going to shift side to side again, but we're going to reach forward down to the floor as we do so. 3, 2, 1. So shift over to the side, one leg extended, one leg flexed. Reach forward with those hands and go from left to right, making sure that you establish a good lateral lunge. So you push the hips backwards, you flex that ankle, knee, and the hip, and then you flex that spine and reach forward. If you can touch the floor, fantastic. But make sure it's not all coming from the back. We want to make sure that the leg's doing its job as well. We're coming into your last 15 seconds on this one, and then we're going to start today's workout. So we're nice and warm in the hips now, in the back, through the spine, through the arms with those 4 movements, and that gets us set and ready for today's workout. 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. So today's workout, 6 exercises. We're going to put a little bit of cardio in between. What I'd like you to do is with that cardio, continue with it whilst I show you the exercises. So it's very simple. We're going to run on the spot for 30 seconds. We'll start that. I'll start with you, and then I'll take a step away, show you what comes next in terms of the exercise. Then I'll go back into that running. And whilst I show you the exercise, I want you to continue running, okay? So let's start, 30 seconds, 3, 2, 1. On the spot, gentle jog. So you're gonna continue running now. I'm gonna show you the first exercise while you do so, and I'll count down from 3 when we're ready to do that. Your first exercise will be that squat knee drive from left to right. But we've got another 15 seconds left yet before we do that. So let's continue to run on the spot. You've seen what I've done now. Obviously, I don't expect you to get it straight away, but I'm going to work with you immediately afterwards. We're working for 1 set, and the reason for that is that then you can choose how many sets you want to do after. 3, 2, 1. So feet in shoulder width apart, chest up nice and tall, sit low into the squat, drive the knee up, and go from left to right. We're going to work 45 seconds. Nice and low. Get that knee up high, sit low into the squat. Make sure you don't compensate the squat for the sake of the knee drive. You want to land that foot back in position that you did when it left the floor after the squat. Sometimes people can drop their feet a bit too narrow, and they're too narrow to actually sit into the squat. And then keep that chest tall as you always do. The squat, push your hips backwards and keep the heels flat to the floor. As you come up, you knee drive across the body. A little bit of a balance aspect to this one. We're coming into your last 10 seconds now. And remember, we're back into that run immediately after. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So again, hit that run 30 seconds. In a second, I'm going to show you your next exercise. You're going to continue running. So your next exercise, either from the knees or from your feet into a wide press up. So keep running. We're coming into 15 seconds again of this run. So when you do a wide press, your hands are in a different position to what they would normally be in a normal press up. They're not here, they're wider and they're turned out. So we're working the chest a little bit more than the triceps. 3, 2, 1. So down to the floor, either from your feet or from your knees into this position. Lead with the chest. I'll show you both. Drive up. You can see I've got my hands wider. I've got my hands turned out. That's an example from the knees. That's an example from the feet. But with both examples, I'm leading with my chest. Okay. You can mix between the two. You may start from your knees, and then you get tired and go from. Sorry, you might start from your feet and then get tired and go from your knees. You can do that. It's not an issue. But both must lead with the chest. Okay. Flexing at the elbows, you'll feel this in the chest a lot more than your triceps. It looks like you're doing an incorrect press up, but it's a different variation of a press up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I kept showing you what that looked like between from the feet and from the knees there. Okay, so we're on to our third exercise now. Once again, we're running on the spot. Now, our next exercise, and remember, continue to run, is going to be a lunge. Step through, turn, and then do the other leg. So you're following through with your lunge now. Previous lunges that we've done, we've lunged forward or backwards and returned back to neutral position. This time we're following through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're going to lunge forward, sink into that lunge, drive through, step through, land the foot, then turn, and then let's do the other side. So we're going from left to right, making sure the stride leg's good, foot's nice and straight, knees in line with toe, torso's up tall but leaning forward slightly on the leading foot. And then once you stand, extend the leg, land the foot, turn, and then hit the other leg. And we're coming into 25 seconds to go. Keep that chest up nice and tall. Last 10 seconds, we're third exercise out of 6 already. Making sure that you're not compensating or rotating the body once you're standing. Stand first, then rotate. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so back on the spot again, into that run. And then the next exercise, we're back down on the floor again. So there's a balance to this workout. There's 3 standing exercises, 3 floor exercises. So we're working the legs, the core, and the upper body. Keep moving. Your next exercise, you're stepping forward 1, step forward 2, step back 1, step back 2. You're coming into your last 10 seconds of this. So you're finishing off in a squat thrust position. You're not jumping into it. You're stepping into it and stepping back out. 3, 2, 1. So down to the floor, into a plank position. 1, 2, 1, 2. So my hands are directly below my shoulders. My head's in line with my shoulders. I start from a plank position. I bring the knee forward. I land the foot nice and steady. Bringing the knee to the chest. And then I follow with the other. Once I'm there, I step back out into that plank position. You can take this at your own pace. I'm keeping it steady so that you can see the technique that I want you to get. And you keep moving in. Now, if you tighten the hips, your hips may come up quite high, or if you tighten the lower back to compensate. That's fine. It does depend on your flexibility, but return yourself into a plank position each time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back on your feet into that run. We're back down to the floor again. Oh, sorry, back onto our feet again in the next exercise, but we're going to hold the squat position. So keep moving. You've got another 20 seconds to go. You're going to hold the squat position, step wide 1, step wide 2. Okay, so it's a bit of an effort because them legs are constantly working where you're holding that squat position. And then I'm expecting you to step from side to side. Keep your shape, but if you do burn out, of course you can stand up, get a brief breather and go again. 3, 2, 1. So we're going to sit low into the squat. We're going to step to the side and step back in again. Step to the side, then step back in again. Keeping that squat position the whole time. You're only taking 1 step with each leg. We're trying to keep as low as possible. We're not allowing them heels to rise, we're pushing hips backwards. Drawing the shoulders back, good use of the arms to bring the chest up. Coming into 25 seconds. You'll really start to feel the burn on the leg, especially after doing the previous exercises. And then keeping those legs constantly working whilst you keep low. We're coming into your last 15 seconds now. As we've hit 15 seconds, you're going to be back into that run and getting ready for your next exercise. This is 4 out 6, 3, 2, 1. Back into your run again. So your next exercise, and your last exercise actually, so I said fourth, but it's actually your fifth, so we're almost there, is down to the floor, and keep moving by the way, into that plank position, into your cross mountain climber. You're driving that knee across the body. With 15 seconds to go before we do that. So you're holding that plank position, you're doing a mountain climber, but instead of driving your knee forward, you're driving it across. So you almost rotate your pelvis slightly, showing your pocket towards the floor. 3, 2, 1. So down to the floor, into position, drive your knee across your body. If you want a reference point, aim for the opposite elbow, keeping the core nice and straight. You can see by doing that the pelvis is going to rotate, but there's no need for it to drop too low or go too high. This is our last exercise. Once we hit this, we're going to finish with the last run on the spot, and then it's completely up to you how many sets you decide to do. We've gone through one. After that, I'm going to show you your cool down. We're coming into your last 15 seconds. Get that knee nice and high. Return to the plank position each time. Coming into your last 10 seconds now. I'll count you out for 5, and then we're going to get into that last 30-second sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right, onto your feet. Let's go into that run. This time going a bit faster than what we've done previously, because we know we're coming to the end of the set. Whether you decide to be the end of your first set or altogether, it's completely up to you. Last 15 seconds now, halfway. Drive those knees forwards, work those arms. We're going to get ready for your cool down. We're going to do it slightly differently to how we did your warm up. 3, 2, 1. Good, well done. So that's either the end of your first set or the end of your workout. It's designed that way. It's designed to be durable depending on how long you want to work for. But you can do 3 or 4 sets if you like. So I'm now going to show you your cool down, and it's going to be very similar to your warm up. We're just going to hold in positions a bit longer and adapt some of the exercises. So that first one, you were lunging forward and rotating. You're going to do this on the floor this time. Same position, left leg forward, pulse forward, rotate and hold. Now I've got you kneeling because that's going to help with balance. Obviously I'm asking you to hold that position now. You've just worked those legs. I'm not going to get you to hold a lunge in your cool down, otherwise you are likely to lose your balance when the legs are tied. So we're just making it a bit more subtle, promoting that flexibility, driving the knee forward on the leading leg, keeping the foot nice and flat, rotating the upper body, stretch through the hip. Coming into your last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change over. Pulse that knee forward, rotate and hold. Coming up each time. We're going to adapt the second exercise as well. We did full strike exercise, you know, the one where we're stepping backwards, rotating and reaching across. We're going to work the same chain of muscles, but we're going to do it on the floor. Again, the reason for that is obviously these are cool down exercises. I don't want to work you even more than we have done. We're just winding the session down now. Last 10 seconds. Again, keep that foot flat to the floor, drive the knee forward, rotate the body, sit into it, hold for a second, then come back out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, sit onto your bump. Have one knee flexed, one leg extended, and just reach forward, and then come back up and relax out of it. Little hold at the end. You're flexing your spine. You can see one knee is flexed. The sole of that foot is on the inside leg. This leg's fully extended. I'm lifting this toe towards my body. Dropping my head towards my knees. Coming into the last 5 seconds. Really reaching for the bottom of that foot or the tiptoes of that foot. 3, 2, 1. Change over. We'll have one more on the cool down. So you reach forward, flex the spine, extend the arms, pull the foot towards the body, keep the front leg extended as much as possible, don't allow that knee to bend. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One of my favourites to stretch the shoulders and the hips now into that child's pose. So pushing back, stretching the shoulders, stretching the hips and the lower back. Then come forwards again, sinking in. That stretch, really feel it through your shoulders by pushing your palms into the floor, keeping your triceps switched on so your arms don't bend. Sitting the hips toward the heels of your feet. Coming into last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So well done. That's another workout in which you can adapt to whatever your ability level, the exercise you can adapt, and also you just keep doing as many sets as you want to within your session. I showed you one today, but there's nothing wrong with you going back, replaying the set and going again. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you soon.